Hello and welcome to this edition of Mark in the Park. This is put on by Urbana Park District, letting you know what's going on in our parks in Urbana. Urbana Park District, you belong here. I'm Mark Schultz, and we're joined today by Elsie Hedgspeth, Outreach and Wellness Manager for Urbana Park District. How are you today?
I'm doing great, Mark. Thank you.
All right. And we're talking about a lot of community outreach today and things to let the community know that they can get involved in the park district. Basically, remember, this is your park district.
We have a multitude of programs and events coming up over the summer that are free or of low cost. And we're excited to get the word out about those.
So a lot of times you think park district, well, you have to register for something. But there are, again, free events. What are some of the free events? And I imagine they run the gamut of a person's interest.
They really do. So at the beginning of June, we'll kick off our Yoga in the Park, which has been going strong for about 4 or 5 years now. So Yoga in the Park is just a great offering to the community. We meet every Saturday at Meadowbrook Park by the Prairie Play Pavilion. And we are lucky enough to have a multitude of local yoga instructors donate their time for about an hour to an hour and a half long yoga session every Saturday morning, starting at 9, usually ending around 10:15. And if you come all summer long, you'll get to experience a wide variety of styles of yoga for free.
Just show up.
Just show up. We even provide extra mats if you don't have them. Now, I will say that we do have a donation box out every Saturday at this event. Any donations taken in all summer long at this event go straight back to our youth scholarship fund.
But there's no registration fee.
No registration fee.
Show up with your mat, or you have a mat provided. And I guess near the play pavilion, that might be some free childcare for the kids to play while you do your yoga.
Oh, that's a good point to bring up, Mark, because actually a lot of people will bring their children, and it's still within eyesight range of where you're practicing yoga if you want to let your kids play on the playground. We have lots of people bring their kids to the event.
That has got to be such an interesting and peaceful time. Mornings in the park, you do your yoga, you just kind of get yourself in a good frame of mind.
Oh, it's wonderful. And I mean, the program has actually grown so large over the past few years that we really wanted to expand upon that. And so this year we are launching kind of a sister program to that, I guess you could say, called Neighborhood Namaste. So Yoga in the Park meets on Saturday mornings. Neighborhood Namaste is going to be during the week, but it's going to be in the evening. So on select Thursday evenings throughout the summer, in more of our neighborhood parks, we're going to be hosting a free yoga offering called Neighborhood Namaste, again led by local yoga instructors who are donating their time, but more so taking it into the neighborhood parks for more of a smaller feel.
And the idea here is to take the park district to the people.
Yes.
Like, you don't have to, if you don't want to, get up and go to Meadowbrook, your own park a couple blocks away could have an offering.
Oh, yes, yes.
So we have Neighborhood Namaste, yoga in the park, and also play days in the park.
Yes, so this is another new program this summer that I am very excited about. Again, with the whole idea of taking the programming out to neighborhood parks and really taking it to the people, bringing it to your neighborhood. And so we've gotten almost all of our different recreational program areas involved in these, and I'm just really excited to see how it's going to play out. We are taking play days in the park to, I think, 4 different neighborhood parks this summer. There'll be one in Crestview Park, King Park, Prairie Park, 5, Blair Park, and Victory Park throughout the summer. And again, those will also be on select Thursday evenings. And at all of them, we plan to have elements of active play put on by our athletics department. Community programs is bringing some arts and crafts. We hope to have our environmental program staff out there offering nature play. And then we've also had some larger community entities wanting to get involved too. So we're working with the Champaign County Community Coalition And they're going to help us bring even some DJs and bounce houses, food trucks. So it's really blossomed into something bigger than what I anticipated, but in a very, very good way. So I'm really excited to see what's going to happen with those.
And not only is it a way to bring the Park District to the community, it's a good community building event around
Absolutely.
an Urbana Park District situation or Urbana Park District event.
Absolutely. I highly encourage the entire family, regardless of age, to come out to those play days because I haven't mentioned yet, but at a lot of these free events this summer, especially those held within the neighborhoods, we're planning on trying to solicit feedback from those neighborhood community members as to what they would like to see more of from the Park District brought into their community.
What's the thinking behind wanting to get this neighborhood feedback, and what type of feedback are you looking for?
We're looking for all sorts of feedback in terms of what kind of programming that they would like to see. I was joking before we started the segment that just because we build it doesn't mean that they will come.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just because us programming staff sit around a table and come up with what we think is a really great idea doesn't mean that the citizens of that particular neighborhood are really going to buy into that or even want it.
Mm-hmm.
So trying to solicit that feedback from the people that are actually living in the neighborhoods as to what they might like to see is really going to be the key to moving forward with some of this outreach and building upon what Urbana Park District can do.
Are you going to be handing out surveys or just...
I think so, yeah. I think we're going to be doing some surveys and maybe even some live feedback. Nothing's set in stone, but I've talked with some of our planning crew about maybe doing some live feedback, maybe in terms of even a whiteboard or something where people at the event can come up and write what they would like to see. You know, more bounce houses, more free events, something of that nature. We've also, throughout the planning process for some of our playgrounds or other events, done a live voting board where maybe there are actual picture ideas. And this is really popular with children.
Yeah.
And they get some sort of sticker to come up and vote for which idea that they would like right there on the board. So it's a source of live feedback that's easily accessible to children too.
So not only are you going to be helping to plan this event and coordinating it together, you're also going to bring your notepad and pencil for a lot of community feedback.
Oh, I'm always open for ideas.
Yes, yes. And so at any time that we're out at a public event, I'm sure you'd be willing to talk to members of the public, just to talk about Urbana Park District and what it is for them and what we could possibly do to help them experience it more.
Absolutely. Whatever I can do to help people engage with Urbana Park District at a higher level, I'm all for that.
Let's talk a little bit more about some of the exciting events,
Of course.
especially the free events. What other free events that are happening this summer that people can take advantage of?
Of course. So a lot of what we have spoken about already has been more fitness-based or maybe some active play, but one of my personal favorites, and it's been going strong for several years now, are our Wednesday evening neighborhood nights concerts. I'm so glad that we continue these because they are such a gem within the Urbana communities. So again, taking programming to the neighborhood parks, we host a free neighborhood concert every Wednesday throughout the summer, beginning in June, and this year running through August 15th.
That's outstanding.
Right? I know.
Yeah.
I know. And so we put out an entire schedule. The genre of music varies at each one of the parks and concerts that we do. And they're, again, free, completely accessible to the public. A lot of people come out and bring a picnic and just enjoy the free concert. We always have an information table set up out there too, so a lot of families come out and gather information about what other things they can take advantage of from the Park District.
And if people want to go online, they can get the neighborhood night schedule. UrbanaParks.org is one place they can go, and it's also in our summer program guide. But UrbanaParks.org is the place to go to take a look online.
Yes, that is the hub of all information.
Yes, yes, and then a great multicultural event too this summer that's geared toward kids, but kids of all ages.
Yes. In case you couldn't tell by how my face lit up about this one, I'm really excited about this too. We are working with the Urbana Free Library, And we've gotten an Urbana Public Arts grant to bring a multicultural performing artist and his family. He performs with his kids. His name is Jay Sand, and he has a program called All Around This World. And so it just so happens that he's coming during a week of our summer arts camp that really lends itself to multicultural performing and the performing arts. And so he's going to be coming in and working a little bit with our campers during that week. He will also be our performing artist at our Folk and Roots Friday concert, which are some more free concerts that we host periodically throughout the summer on Fridays at the Lake House at Crystal Lake Park. So he's going to be performing there. And then the next day on Saturday, this is all in July, by the way, he's going to be at the Urbana Free Library performing a free concert there as well. And he's going to be focusing in terms of the music that he does and all of the activities on certain cultures that are prevalent around the Urbana area.
And all around this world, again, for more information, urbanaparks.org, or look in our summer program guide.
Absolutely.
So there's a little big write-up on that. And the one thing that I'm thinking of is we're going into the community. Urbana Park District is going into the community. There's a real, I sense a real mission for you and your job is to take Urbana Park District where people are, not just sit at the Lake House or Phillips Recreation Center and have them come to you, but you go and bring the Park District to the community through events, but also through events put on by the Park District, but also through other community events. People are going to see a lot of you this summer.
Yes, yes. I should become a very familiar face, and I hope that's a good thing.
And again, you just are at several community events just to talk to the people. You're there to talk, and you're a good conversationalist. So people shouldn't feel shy to come up and talk to you and talk about Park District.
No.
What do you, in talking to some people, have you gotten ideas about sending about new programs or new offerings from the Park District?
A little bit, but I'm really hoping this summer in launching a lot more of our free events where I'm really going to be out there more. I'm hoping to gather even more. I have to admit, I didn't start this current role until the very end of the summer last year. So I'm really hoping that this summer is when I can really start to gather some steam in terms of really soliciting that feedback from the public. I actually started this job last year with one of our great events that we're continuing this summer as well, and it'll be at the end of the summer. We're partnering. Yes, we haven't touched upon that yet.
Yes.
But we are partnering with a local organization called Champion Diaries for a free wave back-to-school pool party at Crystal Lake Park Family Aquatic Center on August 17th from 5 to 8 p.m. And Champion Diaries is just such a wonderful organization. And Shannon McFarland, who is the head of that organization, has been working very diligently to gather school supplies. And at that event, we are going to be handing out 300 backpacks with school supplies to Urbana school children.
Fantastic.
And then those children and their families can then stay after getting their school supplies for a basically end of summer / we're getting ready to go back to school pool party at Crystal Lake Park Family Aquatic Center.
A nice splash in the pool, and again, boy, when you get the shopping list for back to school supplies, it can be pretty daunting.
Right? Like I'm not even there yet. My daughter's 2, but I can only imagine it's going to, by that time when she starts school, probably come on one of those scrolls that just unfolds.
Yes, and it's a very specific too. It's not just any pen. It's a pen of this color ink and with this shade and hue, yes. So that's at the end of the summer, August 17th, a back to school party.
Yes.
Splash party, wave pool party at Crystal Lake Park Family Aquatic Center. All right, and then we have to always let people know that Urbana Park District, it's for you. You know, maybe you don't have a kid that's in t-ball or soccer, or maybe the idea of getting into fitness programs is not quite your speed, but there's always something at Urbana Park District for people. And I'm also thinking too that there's going to be some big changes coming up to Phillips Recreation Center that will give the community a chance to have even more experience with the Park District.
I'm very excited that as we move forward in 2018, we're making some rather large renovations to the Phillips Recreation Center. If you're visiting there right now, you'll notice that we're already starting on the landscaping, and then we're also going to be replacing the siding. Now, I know that may not seem like a large thrill in terms of programming or anything, but it will give it a nice facelift. I think more so what you're talking about is what's going to come after summer and the hustle and bustle of summer camp is over. And that is the changing of our current James room into a teaching kitchen.
Yes. Yes, a teaching kitchen for all ages.
Yes. It's going to be accessible to those with any sort of special needs. And we're planning for it to be for all ages. We've already got programming staff really plugging away at what kind of programming that we could bring into that teaching kitchen. So again, I'm open to suggestions and ideas for how people might want to utilize that, but I really do feel that it's going to be quite an asset to the community.
So again, a teaching kitchen, and run the gamut of what could be offered there.
Yes.
If people have an idea, if people have a thought about Urbana Park District and what they would like Urbana Park District to be about, how do they contact you?
So you can contact me directly via phone at 217-367-1544, and my direct extension is 274. If I'm ever not there, because as you can probably tell throughout the variety of things I've been talking about, I'm away from my desk a lot, just leave a voicemail. Otherwise, if you want to email me, it's emhedgspeth@urbanaparks.org.
Very good. And what is, in talking about our free events from this summer and the outreach mission that you have, what's one or two things that you want people to take away from our time together here, and what do you want them to take away when they think about Urbana Park District?
Number one, that we're here for you. I don't want to come off sounding cheesy there, but we really are. We want to make sure that we're making a very conscious effort to offer programming that is going to enhance people's lives and that they actually want to partake in. And the second thing being that you really do, you belong here. And we're making a conscious effort to ensure that you feel that way, regardless of, any walk of life. You belong here.
Excellent. Elsie, thank you for your time today.
Thank
And people, remember this face. You will see it a lot out in the community this summer and at all times. Elsie, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Elsie Hedgspeth, our Outreach and Wellness Manager at Urbana Park District, has been our guest today on Mark in the Park. And as Elsie so eloquently said just a few moments ago, you belong here. You belong at Urbana Park District. urbanaparks.org for more information. I'm Mark Schultz. Thanks for joining us.